What's going on, people? Welcome back. Another episode of the Hustle Smart podcast. Hashtag Hustle Smart UK. It's your boy Lex here.
Oh my!
It's your boy Shubbz. I'm here.
You know what I'm saying?
Live in the flesh or live behind the mic. What's popping, bro? How's your week been?
Yeah, man. Week's just been busy. Bro, my project is just fam. No one can tell their face from their ass or, you know, their head from their toe, fam. Like, everything's just been busy. You know, we're trying to move on to like the third stage of our project now. Project plans are just a mess, but, you know, we're trying to, you know, fly the flag? Was it fly the flag or something like that? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, we're just trying to hold it down, basically. What about yourself?
Yeah, to be fair, it's been a good week. It's been a good week, actually. So yeah, with everything going on, kind of really put myself out as kind of... So remember last episode when it was like kind of you're kind of forced to be the spokesperson for your like for the black people, but also I already was kind of trying to see how I can help the company I'm working for be more inclusive and more diverse. Yeah. So the other day I got an invite from our CEO over in the US of the whole company to really speak to the senior executive leaders as well as him on kind of like who I am, what I'm doing, how I got in as well. So that was really good. Like how kind of the serendipity of like everything going on really adding more towards like my whole time there as well, if you know what I'm saying. So it's just really making the most out of kind of unfortunate situations, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's kind of mad because I even received an email from one of my directors, and he was like, "Oh, like would I be basically on kind of being a part of this montage video, basically just talking about like my experiences, just kind of just going through the process, you know, and stuff." I need to read the email properly, but when I read it, I was like, not another one. Like, I don't want to. I'm tired of talking about experience. Like,
I get you.
What are we actually going to do to change? You know what I'm saying?
I get you. But it's also being more like productive in terms of what you're saying, making sure when you actually do speak to these people, you're making sure you're telling them like how they can actually help and be allies as well, if you know what I'm saying.
Your mic. Like you're not talking into it.
Oh, so you can't hear it?
Like you can hear it, but it's like going in and out.
Oh, okay, sure.
So I'll just say that.
All right, cool. Thank you. But cool. But yeah, so yeah, it's kind of so I do have a question for you. Would you say you're working a job or you're in a career right now? Because I'm kind of in my early stages of kind of my career, I'd say, because I finally kind of found where I want to be, the role, the industry, my kind of lane, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't feel like I'm working a job anymore. But before, I was working jobs. Do you know what I'm saying? So what would you say?
Yeah, no, I'll definitely say I'm in a career still. Because it's like I came in, I was like, okay, I can see a clear path to progression, right? And for me, it's like, okay, cool. I can see the path, reverse engineer it. How do I now get there? You know what I'm saying? Speaking to people, different type of people around the company, and just asking them, look, what did you do to get to this position? Or did you do X, Y, and Z? Yeah. And then I just kind of, in my head, I just created a plan. I said, cool, this is what I'm going to do. These are the type of projects I'm going to get onto. These are the type of skill sets I'm going to develop to showcase myself and package it right. You know what I'm saying? And then you just put a not a time frame, but
a timeline.
A timeline in place of when you want to achieve it.
Does your company do kind of like career kind of mapping and stuff with like mentors or anything like that? Or did you kind of have to do it yourself independently?
When you join a company, you're allocated a coach. Obviously, your coach might not be for you, so you have the autonomy to change it if you want. I've changed my coach like twice, I think.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's your coach's responsibility as well as your own responsibility to kind of have them catch-ups, build out that career plan, identify what your weaknesses are, identify what your strong points are, and then do all the good stuff.
No, I get you. How would you what would you say is the difference between a career and a job?
A career is somewhere where you can see the clear path to progression. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's achievable.
And also, I think it's doing something you enjoy or something.
And doing
you
something
you have a passion for. It's more like, as cringy as it sounds, like when you're waking up, you know you're going in for something you love and what you kind of feel like you're born to do.
You get job satisfaction out of it.
Yeah.
I'll say a job is dead end, bro. That's to put it very crudely. A job is just dead end. You're going in, you're doing your hours, you're getting your paycheck, going home.
It's more of a transaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Time for money. If you
literally, transaction, trading your time for money, it is what it is. It does what it says in the tin. It's your job, do you know what I'm saying?
So for our listeners who are kind of, say, coming out of uni or been out of uni for some time, or are in a job or feel like they're in the wrong career, what advice would you kind of give them kind of starting out? Like what did you do that helps you get to where you are now?
So a bit of advice that I'll give to the listeners, is this is something that was said to me verbatim. Follow your nose. And what that means is, ask yourself, what makes you tick? What sparks your interest? What makes you kind of get a hard on, so to speak? Do you know what I'm saying? And kind of...
It's fine, 18 plus.
Guys, 18 plus. Yeah, so, and then really, really cultivate and really, really grow that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's a seed, right?
Yeah.
And you water it, it's going to grow.
Follow your nose.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, for example, if finance interests you, go on Google, type in what is finance, what is financial services, what is investment banking, what is insurance, how do I get in there, what's all the different policies, what's all the different regulations. Do you know what I'm saying? Really, really do your due diligence and really research that. Yeah. And then think about how, and then if that interest becomes a passion, or it's just something that you're really, really interested in, think about how you can then get paid from it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Look at opportunities, look at internships, look at work shadowing. Go on LinkedIn, hit people up. Like, strangers help strangers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's not foreign. And one thing I always say, like, fam, when I was in my placement year, bro, I was working in car rental. I hated it. I didn't want to do it. I met someone that worked at one of the regulating bodies, because I was so interested in finance. Because when she spoke to me, bro, she saw that the sparkle in my eye when I was talking about it. Do you know what I'm saying? So what she done? She invited me down for a 1 week work experience, bro. When I was in that building, I said, fuck it. I'm gonna network with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, fam. I was the only black guy. I said, I'm using it to my advantage, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? And from that, I converted that into, how long was it? I think it was like a 3 or 4 month contract. And I got paid way more than I was working in car rental.
Yeah.
Why? Because I had a deep interest in finance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just one example of how strangers help strangers. So like, really just put yourself on the line and just don't have any pride.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I like the whole follow your nose as well. And I also feel like you said, researching, digging deep on like what really is of interest to you. Like, I do feel like having that self-awareness really does help you kind of get to that next stage. For example, like I had to ask myself, like, what do I enjoy doing? What would my dream life be? What would my dream job be? My dream job would be no job, but what would my second dream job be, or whatever, you get what I'm saying? Like, what would I be happy to do every day? And like kind of just really digging deep on what I do enjoy. When you have that self-awareness, you're then, like you said, able to build up like a mind map or something that can really direct you in that sense as well. And like I said as well, like it's not just gonna happen overnight. It's not just gonna happen instantly. Like, for example, like like I said, I already feel like I'm in a career now, like say like 2 years after graduating from university, do you know what I'm saying? But that came from me trying a whole lot of different things and kind of finding where I kind of fit in now, if you know what I'm saying. So
when you said you tried different things, what would you say is the one thing that you struggled with?
The one thing that I struggled with was kind of, I don't know, at first I really held on to the kind of idea that like I was meant to be in finance. like I just the money was nice, bro. The suits was nice. I used to love Canary Wharf, innit? Like, bro, like when I used to work my other job, yeah, man used to be out walking past Canary Wharf all the time, yeah. Man would start chatting to strangers on a train, people like on the smoke breaks and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But that was for me to get into finance. But really and truly, like, bro, thinking about it, like, I'm so much happier where I am now. So I guess at first it's kind of like letting go of the whole kind of notion that this is where you're meant to be. So just really, I don't want to give like kind of mixed kind of signals, but in a sense of just thinking like this is the only thing for me, so I'm not going to try nothing else. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of being more open-minded and not kind of just being close to this is it and this is it, because you never know what else you can be good at or what else is really for you if you kind of just box yourself up. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
What about you? What would you say you struggled with kind of trying to build your career, or like what are you even struggling now being in a career as well?
One thing I always struggle with is maths. Maths, bro, my maths is shit. Like, dead. Do you know what I'm saying? So when there's anything mathsy, like, I just say, look, I call one of my team members and say, listen, just pattern this for me, sort this out. I can't do it. Like, I can if I apply, I was like, I can't be asked. Just do it for me, innit? But another thing that I used to struggle with, right, was whenever something doesn't go to plan, or whenever I put like work into something and I don't get the result that I want, like, I beat myself down. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm like, probably beat myself down, innit? And then one day I just had to put things in perspective. It's like, there's only so much wrongs man can do. There's only so much rejections man can get until I get the result, until I get yes. So it's like, cool. Let me just keep going and let me just go harder. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of circumvent it. So like, even in work now, bro, like, man can make a plan and plan for things to be on schedule. If things don't go right, you adapt and overcome. You can't sit back and be like, raw, yeah, it didn't go to plan or anything like that. It's just like, do you know what I'm saying? And I've noticed that, like, in some of the people that I manage as well, right? Like, whenever they get things wrong, like, they beat themselves down. I just say, listen, like, it's a journey. Come back twice as harder. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
How is it now going from like not working for long, but now managing teams? Like, how is it like kind of? It just goes to show like how you're constantly being challenged. Like, what is something like what's like your biggest learnings from managing people from now and progressing through that time when you kind of started as probably like in a graduate scheme and stuff like that? Like, how would you say it is now being in that position where you're actually managing people and stuff?
Challenging. Head's always on a swivel, because it's gone from being responsible for one thing to being responsible for 5 people, as well as 3 different things that I'm working on, as well as the things that they're working on. So my head's always on a swivel. Like, I don't have downtime during the day. Do you know what I'm saying? And if I do, then something's gone wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as in, something's gone wrong. So it's just kind of keeping my head on the swivel and just it's hard to explain, you know.
I know it is, but I also want to give you your flowers as well, because like, big well done to you as well, because that is really a good like promotion, good position to be in as well. So well done 100%. To you. I'm proud of you, bro.
Love, man.
But it's just crazy to think that kind of when you start out, you probably don't know where you end up. But
then even to get that, bro, like to do that at my level, it's quite rare, innit? But I set the precedent, fam.
How?
Like, so obviously, so just for a bit of context, in consultancy, but you jump around different projects, and when you're not on a project, you go to something on the bench. Some companies call it the beach or whatever. So obviously you have to kind of look for different projects or people approach you, right? So I was approached by one of the seniors, and it was like, yeah, it's this project, you're going to do X, Y, and Z. I said, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't really want to do it unless I'm not managing anyone. If I'm not learning anything, I'm not pushed out my comfort zone. I want to have direct relationship with the client, and I want to get direct face time with the client. Can you make that happen? He said, you want it? Cool, you got it. Just prove yourself. Yeah? I said, cool. So I was one of the first, out of my team, I was one of the first people on my project, innit? So obviously I'm like, when the client sees me, she's like, she in her head, she's thinking, this young guy, like, he can't be pissed, you know what I'm saying? So, cool. So what did I do? I made myself valuable. I made myself expendable, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
How?
So what I done, there's a specific process in place. No, sorry. What am I talking about? There was no process in place when I landed on the project, right?
Okay.
The guy that I was kind of doing my handover and I was learning from was leaving in like a month. So I had a year's worth of knowledge to learn in about a month, yeah. So I picked up the key bits, everything that I could. I was like, okay, cool. How can I turn this into something valuable? I got 3 people joining the project, yeah. What can I do to circumvent future issues? So I said, calm. I put together like a cheat sheet for what we was doing. I put together a guide. I actually put a process in place. So when work's completed, it goes through a series of steps before it's submitted to wherever it needs to go, right? And things like that. And I just put in what's the word I'm looking for?
Systems.
I put certain systems in place throughout the day to ensure that productivity level is quite high. Do you know what I'm saying? Where
did you learn all of this? Was it just kind of through action? Because I'm also thinking as well, because like, for example, like I said, I wanted to be in finance, but I kind of was like, I'm not good at maths. So, and I do feel like a lot of people kind of put themselves out of certain jobs because they're not good at something, but for you to be in that position, like you say, working in finance, and like you said, you're not good at maths, like how... Like, is it a learned role? Like, what would you say? Like, people should stop putting themselves out of jobs
it's
for
a learned role,
thinking they're not qualified, right?
I say it once, I'll say it again, and I'll say it 3 times. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm not the smartest person, bro. I'm not. And I can do it, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you demonstrate tenacity, you know, that get up and go, and you have that drive, like, you can do it, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for you to like start building systems, is it stuff you kind of got from your previous work or from just outside in general? Like reading and digging deeper?
It's things I've picked up from observing my managers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so even there's one thing I picked up from you as well that I implemented. Do you know what I'm saying? So you know what you were saying, build a team so strong, no one knows who the leader is. Yeah. So it's like I put that in place, bro. If I cut tomorrow, fam, someone can come and step in. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, looking at my peers, looking at my managers, listening to my mentor, and actually like digesting what he was saying, and just kind of like I like to watch like YouTube clips on like a day in the life of someone successful or just people who have been successful. And just taking away what like the gems that they're dropping.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And just applying it to myself. And also being forward thinking, because a lot of people, when they get into jobs, when they get into the working world, they only have the foresight of 9 to 5, end of the day. I was thinking, okay, cool. If this project is then passed over onto BAU, so business as usual activity, how's it going to feel for them? Okay. If these things aren't in place, these lot are fucked. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just being forward thinking and seeing past that 5 p.m. Seeing past 5 p.m. To be honest.
No, I get you. Bro. I get you. No, that's interesting, especially because like I think that's kind of the same for me as well, even though we're kind of in different industries. Like, so working in marketing, like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you need kind of experience, or you kind of need to be creative in a sense of knowing how to draw, graphic design, and all these things.
Yeah, I thought market, like you have to be able to draw. You got to be like the alternative.
But do you know what's so funny? Yeah, my manager came from like being a PA at like Houses of Parliament for like a member of Parliament. Yeah. Do you know, and now she's brand manager for like a 3.5 million budget in a year. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's mad.
So every time she's always telling me, like, and we're going to get on the pod soon as well so she can share stories as well. But like, she's always telling me, like, listen, I'm not like the most creative person. I'm not the kind of most, I can't do all these things that people can do, but it's kind of knowing how to delegate and knowing kind of, like you said, your value and what you bring to the table. So I guess like for me personally, my kind of value is having a passion for community, kind of knowing kind of what people need. So like when I came in, even if you look at my LinkedIn bio, it's kind of like my kind of thing is being able to help brands connect more with the Gen Z audience.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of brands do kind of struggle to speak our language, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not something that I learned. This is something that I experienced. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for example, me building a podcast, building a community, building an audience, I'm learning it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also part of like the under 25 kind of audience as well that brands do want to connect with.
Yeah.
So when I'm stepping in there, I'm able to say like, this is what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
And then that leads to kind of different roles and different things that I'm putting in place, such as like the insights that I give them every week in a newsletter.
So, question,
and stuff
right?
like that.
How did you build the confidence to do that and put that in place? Because like what I've noticed, right, a lot of grads who are stepping in to their new job, that they see these people as if something special. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're kind of a bit apprehensive to even have a conversation.
I get you. Remy, could you just quickly read out what that says on the mat as well? What does it say on the mat when we came in?
I can't remember.
What should I say into the mic?
No, yeah, you can just read it out.
Hold on, let me grab that real quick. Hello, testing. Okay. Who we are, it is both choice and discovery.
Bro, exactly that. Who we are is both choice and discovery. That's what we saw walking into our studio today.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it, bro. Like, we have the power, the authority to kind of build a life that we want.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess like I used to have so much imposter syndrome and used to kind of not really, you know, when you don't sell yourself, when you kind of just hold back. But really and truly, like I deep that everyone is fucking winging it, bro. I swear to you. Everyone is winging it. No one knows what they're doing. And I can come into a company and say, this is what I'm able to do. And it's not me chatting shit because I'm going to get the work done and I'm going to show them I can do it. But me building up that confidence comes from me knowing that like my marketing director, yeah, he's been in the company for some time, but what makes him qualified for it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like over time, when you prove yourself is when you know you're qualified for it.
Yeah.
So for me to come in and say, this is what I do, like I'm not gonna wait 5 years to say I do that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying this is what I do because I'm also speaking it into existence. But me putting it out there means that I have to hold myself to my word. So if I'm saying what I'm here to do for the brand is to help them be more connected with the Gen Z audience, with the Black community, with people who are kind of creative and stuff like this, me being there in the company saying that, and that's why they hired me, is something that I'm going to continuously prove. So along the way, I'm seeing ways of how I can do that in ways which they like from feedback they're giving me. Do you know what I'm saying? So I guess like, it's just like, and this is what it is like, once I kind of clocked it, you just clock is a game. Do you know what I'm saying? It's knowing how to brand yourself, knowing how to position yourself, and knowing how to prove yourself as well. Like, I can be doing like, and this is what my manager tells me all the time, yeah. I can be doing like so many things, but if I'm not visible, if I'm not showing them, if I'm not vocal about it, saying like, so every Tuesday we do a roundtable, right? Where we talk about 3 of our main priorities, but it's also our time to show what we're doing. Before I used to be like, oh yeah, just doing some work with so-and-so, just doing some of that. But now when I come there with my pen and paper saying, this is what I'm working on. This is what I'm doing. This is the response from my latest update. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just knowing to be visible as well. Cause like, and I said the other time, yeah, cause I'm quite introverted, yeah. And cause I'm very chilled, people talk over me, innit? But it's always the talkers that get remembered. So even now I'm pushing myself further saying like, you know what? I got to be more vocal times 10. I got to, like when I'm on that call to that CEO, yeah, you know, I'm going to be talking like I'm doing a podcast. I swear to you. 100%. Like, because there's so many people that can kind of overshadow me at work because I'm not the most vocal, but I'm doing bare things. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of knowing how to play the game, and you kind of learn along the way, which is what I'm doing now. Do you know what I'm saying?
And I want to pick up 2 points that you said, Jess. So the first point is you said you're not qualified until you prove yourself. And one thing my client said to me when we was having a catch up, she was like, she's like, you know, I took a punt on you. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I didn't think you could do it. Until you done it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, gang, come on. And then another thing is visibility, right? I think a lot of new grads they're scared. And it's just like, if you want to get recognized, make sure you're recognized, as in speak up. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you're not, all that hard work that you're doing is just going to go to shit. Like, no one's going to say the well done. No one's going to give you the pat on the back unless you do it yourself. If you really want that promotion, then, and if you want them flowers, and speak up, do you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
So, question, yeah. What what does the next 5 years look like for you? Yeah. No, actually, scrap that. In the next 5 years, what do you want to achieve? Or what things
personally, in career or
career wise?
So really and truly, I'm trying to really build my career further, my offerings, really trying to dig deep on kind of what projects I want to be involved in as well. Like you said, like what type of, so everything I'm doing, like naturally is kind of always led to kind of community. Do you know what I'm saying? So really building more on kind of community work, really building platforms where people can speak and be heard as well. And really trying to help brands be more close and do better work. Do you know what I'm saying? So in the next 5 years, I really want to be able to be in a position where I'm able to help people directly, help people through offering them access and resources and stuff like that. But also being in a decision maker position. Do you know what I'm saying? Like right now, the best I can do is really pitch ideas and really pray to be given sign off. Do you know what I'm saying? But really to be in a position where, like, if an idea comes to me or if it's something that I know is beneficial, I'm able to really make it happen. But that comes with time and me proving myself as well. So, like, right now, I've got, like, my biggest project, which is what I pitched for in February, which has got signed off now in July. But now I'm leading it, do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of... love. So me being in that position now is kind of, like, more kind of weight to me, more power. So, being able to kind of just really show what I'm able to do and show them that I can lead it. And through that, I'm able to take it to whichever brand I want to go to next and say, this is what I've done. This is how I kind of was able to do it. And this is the results from it. And then kind of maybe even consult as well, like you, do you know what I'm saying? Be able to kind of just hop in different brands and stuff just to make things happen. So
what about personally,
Bro, do you know what? Yeah, like I said the last time, everything that I just want to be able to give back as much as I can. Like, I'm just more into the service, do you know what I'm saying? So really be in a position where I'm able to kind of help people kind of enrich themselves. So like the podcast, everything we do, just really be able to be a person of value, do you know what I'm saying? To add to people's lives. And like obviously like the money and that comes because that's what naturally happens. But just to be able to be in a position where I'm able to offer resources, access and opportunities to people really and truly. What about you? What would you say for career and personally?
Career-wise, what, next 5 years? En route that kind of that director position to really be, a role model and to really show that you can really make it to those positions without kind of changing who you are at a core and still kind of maintaining your own values without compromising yourself. So reaching that position, being a role model, and kind of not just being in the position and reaping the rewards, but it's being able to pull hungry people through. Do you know what I'm saying? People, if I spot you that have potential, really kind of, cultivate that and really grow that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Last question, because I also need to learn this as well. What kind of factors do you kind of weigh up, or what factors do you have in place when kind of planning for your future? Like, what do you consider? Like, for example, with us saying 5 years plus, like, what have you really kind of considered to really make sure you're planning correctly?
As in, kind of, what do I do now?
Yeah, what factors do you consider most often when you're planning for your future? Like, if you were to start a business or if you were to, like, career progression, like, what 3 things would you say?
If I was to start a business, I'd obviously...
Or even start a career, like, what would you kind of...
If I was going to start the career, first thing I'm going to ask is, where's the money? Second question is, how much?
This guy's such a Nigerian.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's not even that, but if you're exchanging your time for money, you want it to be valuable.
Fair, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like for me, like I'm not gonna be working for any peas, any sort of peas, just because you're flashing peas in my face. Do you know what I'm saying? Peas can come from anywhere. It come from food, it comes from trap, it comes from mashing in the Sainsbury's. Do you know what I'm saying? So I guess, where's the money? How much? Is there a clear line of progression? If so, how achievable is that?
Yeah.
In what time period? And I'll ask myself, okay, like what do I actually need to learn? So this is for people who are kind of going into the career. These are things you could consider, do you know what I'm saying? In what time period and what things do you need to learn? And ask yourself, okay, is it going to be value to you? So though you're exchanging your time for money, as well as money, what other things are you getting back? Is it improvement of hard skills?
Yeah.
Is it the development of your soft skills? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's solid. But also, sorry, obviously, last question. when it comes to values, like what kind of values do you hold, like personally, and also holistically, that you just apply to life and work in general?
One of my values is I'll always develop as a person, but I'll never change who I am at a core. So what that means is, like, the tone of voice that I speak in is not going to change. Take it how you see it. I'm a realist. Like, I speak what's on my mind. I'll tell you on the real. I don't care who you are. You could be the queen, bruv. Like, you could be Alan Sugar, fam. I will tell you the real. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm my mother's son, so I wouldn't do anything. If I think it's going to disrespect my mum, I won't do it. Do you know what I'm saying? What else? Look at, like, one of my values is kind of look after your own, innit? So whether it's my family, whether it's my friends, whether it's my team, come for any of them, you're coming for me, do you know what I'm saying? So I had an issue where someone basically tried to kind of put blame on my team member. I said, nah, you're not going to be doing that. I'm not having that. Do you know what I'm saying? So things like that, really.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
Yeah, firstly, I think it's standing on your word. Like, it's important to be a man of your word. If you kind of have, like, if you say something, you keep to it, keep into your commitments, you know what I'm saying? Then also kind of just being a helping hand. Always trying to help the next person up or the next person around you. Each one teach one, do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, just really being a person of value, whichever way. So always leaving someone with the feeling of increase, do you know what I'm saying? Making sure you're adding to someone regardless of who they are. And lastly, just keeping an open mind as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, never kind of be stuck in a certain type of way. Always challenge your beliefs. Never kind of think that this is the way the world works, and not understanding other people's worlds and kind of adding to your own world as well, because you can't really just see life like this. You got to kind of keep on expanding it. Do you know what I'm saying? And we come from different environments where we've kind of learnt things, or we kind of see things one way, but we got to be able to keep on adding to our world. So we're really expanding our knowledge and what we think and what we believe as well. So
what's word of the week?
Word of the week, I would say challenge yourself. Well, not it's not a word, but a phrase, like challenge yourself. Just like, I've seen kind of how much I've kind of grown in the last 6-7 months because of the challenging times we've had. So just really making sure that when tough times come, you're really putting yourself out there to be agile, to adapt to it as well, if you know what I mean. And also mindfulness as well, man. Just being kind of open to, like, those around you, understanding that people are also going through things as well. So just be mindful of how you interact with people, and always making sure, like we said, leaving people with a feeling of increase as well. So
can I just add to that?
Yeah, sure.
One thing I want to add, because since we were kind of touching on kind of advice, kind of like we would give to people who are leaving uni and all that stuff, is learn delayed gratification. So like, when you get your first job, it's very easy to go and, you know, buy the drip, buy the trainers, buy the car and all that stuff. But scale it back and just think, okay, what do you want your next 5 years to be like? And just try and put that in place tangibly, whether it's it could even be investing into houses. It could be investing into stocks, shares, all that good stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Really learn and exercise delayed gratification, because that's something I didn't do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Clearly, with the drip, but he's still here.
I'm doing it now. Like, bro, I was thinking to myself, I need to get a new car, but nah. Delayed gratification, you know what I'm saying? So
no, that's good, man, for sure. Yeah, it's man. Really understanding the day you plant the seeds is not when you reap the fruit. Do you know what I mean? 100%. But thank you guys for listening once again. We appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, give us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Man. Give us a review, man. I want to see what you lot are thinking. Actually.
Yeah, man.
And no,
5 stars, hopefully.
Yeah, no, 100%. And definitely hit us up. Like, I really, really hope we're actually giving you guys good value and good content. Do you know what I'm saying? And if we're not, like, let us know. Do you know what I'm saying? Let us know what we can do differently, because, you know, we love feedback. Yeah, man. So thanks, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Hustle Smart on the gram. Hustle Smart UK. And remember to focus on things that move the needle. Bow.